Admiral Havelock and Lord Pendleton are in the courtyard. I expect they'll want to congratulate you.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Dishonored. We've just reached home to Hounds Pit's pub, and apparently we just heard some gunshots, right? I bet it's from two men that we're about to meet. But first, let's talk to...
He's alive.
Callista.
Thank you, Corvo, thank you. My uncle's a good man, and one day he'll prove it.
He better.
Here. I know you did this for the right reasons, but I want you to take this as a reward. It's an old heirloom one of my aunts gave me.
Oh, so we've got a coin and a rune, I assume. Is it rune? I think so. Let me check. No, it's not. Oh, is it? I think it's bone charm. Oops, sorry. I think it's bone charm. I don't remember. Maybe it's just really coins. So yep, we've saved Callista's uncle from being poisoned by High Overseer Campbell. So she met us here, over here. Let's see. We're supposed to meet them now, but I'm not really interested in meeting them at the moment. Let's see.
Sailors tell tales of monsters far out to sea. But I'll tell you, there's strange things in this river no one talks about.
What?
Lights in the water, late at night.
Oh my god.
I've seen faces too.
What? Okay. How about Callista? Do you
The
have
Admiral
anything?
was right in recruiting you. Nothing's been the same since the Lord Regent took power.
Yep.
But at least Campbell's gone and my uncle lived.
Whatever you say, bitch. Let's see. We have read this book. Is this something new?
The inspiration is coming faster. My mind works faster at night than it does during the day.
Oh, this is the back door.
Swept away, and I can no longer tell if it's genius or madness. When Corvo arrived, he brought some force from the void with him.
He knows.
Or perhaps I'm more brilliant than I even supposed.
I think the outsider did say that he tried very hard. Or was it him or Sokolov? One of them tried very hard to contact them.
There is something to you, isn't there?
Yep.
You went and spanked the High Overseer in his own house.
Okay.
I hope the tools I designed for you function to your satisfaction. The fact that I am standing here and talking to you affirms that this is true, in several ways.
The way he says it's so funny. I remember someone said that this is a reference to a portal. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I might have missed this earlier. Piero's door to nowhere. The door to nowhere has proven to be a safety hazard, but for me this project is an endless source of inspiration. With the proper application of energies, I believe I can transform the doorway into a window of sorts, one that will allow a traveller to cover the distance from my workshop to some distance, arbitrary point in a single step. Currently, the step leads to a sheer drop straight down into the courtyard, but in time it will bridge gaps that will boggle the mind. Such work is many years ahead, to be sure, but if I survive this plague, I'm sure to succeed. So, I think I've read before that this actually references to the portal. Maybe he's created one end of the portal but not the other end. Oh, we got something else to loot. It's like every time we come to his home, we loot something new. Same thing. Nothing much. Was this door open? Can you do anything here? Nothing of my interest, I guess. Shall we move the story forward? I'm just trying to remember if there's anything that I could have looted. Oh, you could catch up.
You don't know how to curtsy properly?
Please, sir. I was never in service with a noble.
That's not an excuse. You need to learn proper decorum. The Hounds Pit has seen a few lords and ladies in its day.
If they were here, I expect they didn't want to be recognized, sir.
Never mind that.
Oh.
Lord Pendleton ought to be shown the respect he deserves. He doesn't require it, but he notices.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
But even so, have you forgotten we may soon be guarding a future Empress? You will be in the presence of the
Wallace
most
and
important
Cecilia.
person in the entire known world, and you don't know how to curtsy.
But she's just a child, and she's not even here.
Hey,
No one knows where she
hey,
is.
don't say that in
Well,
front
our
of me.
masters are just the people to find her, I'll have you know. Please learn your manners before then.
Oh. In any case, the relationship between Wallace and Cecilia, it also reflects on how you play the game. If I'm not wrong, Wallace would be less of a dick to Cecilia if you play a low chaos role in the game. If it's high chaos, he'll be an extreme dick. He wouldn't like him at all. I think he'll be more patient.
The Hounds Pit has seen a few lords and ladies in its day.
If they were here, I expect they didn't want to be
Alright, my
recognized,
game
sir.
crashed,
Never
so
mind
I
that.
started from here
Lord
again.
Pendleton ought to be shown the respect he deserves.
Well,
He
at
doesn't
least it will just
require it, but he
reiterate
notices.
what I was saying.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
But even so, have you forgotten we may soon be guarding a future Empress?
We
You
could
will be in the
ignore
presence
them
of the
for
most
a
important
moment.
person in the entire
I was
known
saying
world,
that
and you don't know how to curtsy.
how you play the game
She's just a
will
child.
affect
And she's not even here. No one knows where she
the
is.
relationship
Well,
of the
our
people in the
masters are
Hounds
just the people
Pit
to
pub.
find her, I'll have you know.
Um,
Please learn your manners before then.
I wouldn't say much more because it's really spoilers. So, but you could keep in mind. I'll try to point out the differences that I remember. So let's talk
Sometimes I wonder
to.
if the plague is just going to go on and on and on and kill everyone ever, and it's the end of the world. Think of that. If the city watch breaks in, I know what I'll do.
I'm like blocking her.
I know
way.
how not to be noticed.
You take note of what she says. What Celia
I
says.
won't be the one to give us away.
Surprisingly,
I saw the Lord Regent once. He
she
stood on a balcony and stared. Wouldn't even wave to the people below.
look at the Lord Regent. He's such a dick.
All I ever wanted is my own little place. Maybe if the
Listen
plague
to
kills
her.
enough folk, one day I can.
So, Cecilia is surprisingly an important character in the game. What she says, if you pay attention, will make a lot of sense later in the game. She points out really good points. Again, in a low chaos playthrough, Cecilia will sound a lot more positive about the future of the world. Gosh, my game crashed again, so I'm back here again.
But even so, have you forgotten we may soon be guarding a future Empress?
I was saying that Cecilia, she would be very much more positive. Oh my god, why am I not flipping to this?
But she's just a child, and she's not even here. No one knows where
Okay.
she is.
Well, our masters are just the
Their
people to find her,
thoughts,
I'll have you know.
their opinions are much more positive if you play as a low chaos game. So let's talk to Wallace now.
My father served in the field under General Alfred Pendleton, where
Wow.
he took the wound that crippled him. I
Okay.
hope I will do no less if called upon. Until then, well, there is plenty of silver to polish.
So if you listen to Wallace,
For my master's sake, I do hope a finer vintage becomes available.
Wallace is just a very loyal servant. So in his defense, yeah, he's a dick, but he's doing it because he wants everything perfect for his master.
Why did they select such a drafty building as a base of operation?
I had hoped the Admiral was of noble stock, but I very much fear he achieved his position through merit alone.
Oh, see, Wallace
Does no one have any silver polish?
Wallace despises people, master-wise, who aren't of like desirable. Why am I in the same room as him? Let's sexy together. He thinks that his master is the best. He despises people without noble origins. So what Wallace says will also be different if it was in a low chaos. It'll be nicer to say. Oh wow, it's the drawings of the city when it's prosperous, I guess. So let's see, what do we have here? Today's a bad day. My game crashed again. God damn it. What were we doing? Pendleton's family crisis. Cousin Anna. Morgan and Custis continue to resist my efforts and are no longer responding to my letters. The servants tell me they have been absent from the manor for some weeks. My brothers have always been arrogant, utterly convinced of their own certainty, and they don't really give two figs for anyone else in the world, unless they want something and can't take it outright. But this disagreement over the upcoming parliamentary vote has reached a crisis point. Up till now, the Lord Regent has been somewhat restrained in his authority, at least where the holdings of the gentry have been concerned. If Morgan and Custins vote in his favour, the law will be changed and we will all be at risk, aristocracy or not. I implore you, if you know where they are, to speak with them. Lord Trevor Pendleton. So the brothers are involved in some kind politically, the Pendleton family. So I guess if they support some guy who just grew up everyone's life.
Memoir, chapter 28.
Memoir.
Waverly, Waverly, Waverly.
Now remember
this
this
name
name.
sweeps one away. She came into our cold marble hall and brought light and warmth. She changed our lives forever. It was only later I realized she was a traitorous little weasel.
Oh.
Like all the Boyles.
So anyway, Waverly will be I think she will be a character that we will meet later in the game, but that's for another day. Another story, another day. So, let's see what else we can explore. Ah. Wow. So, if the journal here, Havelock's journal, it will update very so often, especially after you've been through a new mission, after you've completed a new. Check out his second log. Well, it seems that we have invested in the right man with Corvo. Not only did he free Martin from the office of the High Overseer, but he went into that viper's nest and sorted out Campbell personally. With Corvo in our company, I suspect there is no one in the world we cannot touch. We are now committed to this path. There is no turning back. So, what was it? The first one? Have you read the first one? I don't think so. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Cold Rage? And if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. Havelock didn't trust in us. He didn't think Corvo can do it, but hey, we did, and we did it without the outsiders' help.
Corvo's proved his abilities beyond question. It's not anyone who can walk into Holger Square and put down the High Overseer.
Yep.
And now we're faced with the question, could he be dangerous?
Events
are going to move quickly now. The storm's rising.
I don't quite remember if his logs change with how you play. If someone knows, maybe someone could tell me. But Havelock is reasonable in raising his doubts. I wouldn't say he's being mean or anything. He's reasonable. The Harpooner song, we've sent that. Anything else we can loot or anything? I think that's good. The shortcut outside. We'll check that another day. It's the bath. Is there anyone in there? No. You'll notice why I said that. Have we seen this? The shadow on Bitter Leaf. Finding my way into the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in from her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots, and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath a needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone she addressed me. "So you are the lover, I presume? You too have been unfaithful. Now it is your turn to be mended." Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I wonder what's going on. The Young Prince of Tibia, we've read this if I'm not wrong. Let's see. Yep. Story about the prince and the Boyle family. I don't need my knife. Litany on the Wipes. I think might have read that. So, is there anything here that we can loot of some sort? I'm just trying to check if we forgot anything. I love these footstep sounds. When we're not required to play stealth. So refreshing. Okay, let's see.
Welcome back, Master Corvo.
Oh! Lydia.
I know your sort. Most of my men that'd been in Coldridge Prison. Well, they had a bit of a rough side to them. I've made my mistakes.
Okay. She's
I heard
dangerous
a Stillwalker
woman.
pass a few blocks away. They must suspect we're here.
Oh shit, that's not good.
We're risking so much. I do hope it all ends well.
Me too. Me too.
I know you're from Serconis, south of us, but you've lived in the city for years now. Though mostly at the palace, so you probably haven't even seen some of the worst districts.
Oh, okay.
You know, I always
know
wonder
more
if you
about
and the Empress... no, I shouldn't ask.
We're innocent. It's just pure respect. Definitely innocent. It just so happens that I'm so great that we look like a family. But yeah, we're innocent. I think. Shift the ice. I think it's nice that Corvo doesn't have his own voice, but sometimes I do wonder. Oh, this is where sorry, this is where oops, Mysteries of Pandacia. I think we've read this, right? Okay, I don't remember. Academy of Natural Philosophy, they speak of the Pandacian continent as a place of wonder where all of life has entwined and blossomed across aeons, producing a vibrant ecology unraveled in the civilized world. The overseers from the Abbey of the Everyman, by contrast, talk of horror and heresies, of cults of submen engaged in brutal, perverse rituals. The few who have travelled to the far continent and come back to the Isles, those who have actually touched the soil there, have returned with notes that describe vast I almost said desert. Desert. No, I mean shit. Deserts. Once again my game crashed. Gosh, I need to fix this for some reason. Let's start this all over again. The Mysteries of Pandacia, I think we've read it before. So, it's about, at the Academy of Natural Philosophy, they think that it's a great place. The overseers think that it's a terrible place. Those who have travelled to the far continent and come back to the Isles, those who have actually touched the soil there, have returned with notes that describe vast deserts, deep jungles and outlandish creatures that defy belief. Once in a generation, a great effort is mounted to build a colony there in hopes of this someday growing to a port city to rival Dunwall itself, but to date, these attempts have all ended in madness and failure. Now, Pandacia itself is a very interesting place. More of the lore can be discovered if you play the DLCs, which we'll touch on eventually. So let's head on to the actual story here.
You did it.
Yep.
Somehow you took down the High Overseer Campbell against the odds.
Yep.
I knew you were our man.
I'm awesome.
With Campbell gone, we've hurt the Lord Regent immeasurably. And with Martin back, we'll have the finest strategist alive.
The Lord Regent must be shitting himself in Dunwall Tower.
Shitting himself.
Yes, and Campbell's journal, let's not forget. Our hope is that in these encoded pages, the location and condition of Emily Kaldwin can be discovered. Our entire movement will mean nothing if we can't place the rightful heir on the throne.
Ooh. Whoa.
We must act fast. No doubt the Lord Regent is holding Emily somewhere, waiting to reveal her, to step out as the hero and further cement his regency.
Oh my god.
If he doesn't bring the young lady forth soon, there will be infighting among the nobles as to who should succeed the Empress.
Yes, time is against us. But now you should take a well-earned rest, Corporal. We will decipher the contents of the High Overseer's journal and share them with you later.
Sure. Sleep sounds good. I could use the rest. Not just yet. There are things I'd like to do first, Admiral. I think we'll just go to sleep. So, the outsider is a figure out of me, neither good or evil. Okay, so let's see what we have. Overseers undone. Martin is on his way to join the Loyalists. Campbell's fate has thrown the Overseers into disarray. Decoding the High Overseer's journal may reveal any number of strategic secrets, most notably the location of the rightful heir to the throne, Emily Kaldwin. Oh, what's this? Are we in the normal world? I hope we are. I think we are. Yeah, everywhere feels normal. Oh, I didn't notice this earlier. Sokolov's elixir promotes robust health and fitness. Okay. Let's see. What do we need to do now? Okay, we're gonna visit them again. Ooh, that's a way out. We'll head here one day. Somehow. Let's walk down quietly. We'll just move on quickly with the story here and see what we can do. So let's see.
I know the Golden Cat, not as a patron, mind you. I designed some specialized devices for them. I kept the blueprints, if anyone is curious.
Don't. I brought you tea as a courtesy to a colleague. I won't make that mistake in the future.
I'm sorry, I only thought... Never mind what I thought. Thank you for the tea.
Oh my god.
To the Admiral. He has news for me.
He is so terrible. Terrible man. The Golden Cat is a very interesting place. I think we'll learn about it eventually, so I will talk about it now. Let's just head to the next mission and see what they have to tell us.
Hello, Corvo.
Hey.
I expect Martin will be joining us shortly.
That's great.
I hate to start your day with such a strange matter, but the servants heard something last night, moving through the storm drains beneath the building.
Oh my.
Most likely a weeper, the poor bastard.
Oh.
There's no hope for them once the plague gets that far along.
Oh.
Nothing more than a shuffling corpse full of sickness and insects, if you ask me.
Basically,
I appreciate you investigating, just to be sure it's not a nosy guardsman that's getting too close.
Sure.
Here's a key to the hatches.
Okay.
I'd send a servant down there, but they'd die of fear on the spot, I'm afraid. Maybe Piero can concoct some sort of sleep poison for your crossbow if you want to go that route.
Sure. So, again, the game will always offer an alternative.
Ah, hello, Corvo.
Hello. You look
There are
like a
important
horse.
things
Oh,
we
oh
must
my God.
discuss. But at the moment it seems we have an unwelcome visitor here at the Hound Pits. The Admiral would like your help in investigating it, prior to sharing what comes next.
Sure. Alright. Again, the game offers you an alternative, Locao's route, which is to get some sleeping darts from Piero. Get him promptly walking down here.
Maybe... Corvo, my friend.
we could check out what
Do
we
you
need.
need ammunition or weaponry? Would you like me to craft something for you?
Not sure, let's take a look. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, some of the, I think it's the upgrades we got. Let's see. I don't need this, I don't need this, I need this. Am I rich enough? Yeah. Okay, why not? Pistol. Accuracy? Shit. Accuracy, 1 more magazine, 1 reload. Not that interested. Not yet. We could do that some other time. So we've just got some basic stuff. We've got a crossbow. We have enough that. We have enough of this. We have enough of. Oh, you can buy a rune. Oh, sure. Yeah, we got rune. Why does it even have runes? Alright, let's see what powers do we have. We have 2 runes. We could increase our dark vision, vitality. Oh, sure. Dark vision. Crucial. So what I'm not that interested in possession. Maybe devouring swamp, which I will need 3. Wind blast would be awesome. 3. Bend time. I need 8. Wow, that's a lot. Shadow kill as well. Whoa. So let's head on and see what we can do here. I got a feeling this will be a long episode. And ooh, time for stealthy. Let's see. We have a heart. We have 2 runes over there. Gotta look out for them. I think that's about it. So let's just stealth around. I'm going high chaos as well. Not lethal. No point giving them the sleep dart if you want to get rid of them permanently. Oh. So you see, this is. Oh my god! What the fuck? Level 2 dark vision highlights green items as stuff that you can pick up from the water. So basically it's all loot. Loots are fish eggs. Loot are highlighted in green. This again. Now combat sleep dart is actually extremely good if you you're caught off guard, and because the normal dart doesn't do an instant kill, but oh my god, the way they're coughing away. But the sleep dart just puts them down really quickly. This actually leads outside to where we got our first rune. It's just a shortcut, you don't really need it. I just did it for the sake of doing it. Okay. Oh, that's I think where Havelock and Pendleton is. Okay, let's see what we can do here. That's where I think Wallace and someone else. Oh, and something green. Could have gotten it. Oh, we could go through here. That's cool. That is very cool, actually. There's something green. Oh, damn! I want. Okay, let's handle this, and we'll get this like in another episode. So, water. I think. Oh. That's one of them. If I'm not wrong, there's actually 2. Oh my. Oh, I can't get a decent headshot. Too far away, I think. Or maybe you can get. Oh. Oh what? Oh, he's dead. Oh, okay. Investigate. But okay. We leave the weepers in the sewers. Oh god, that's disgusting. Why would you do that? They're contagious. You gotta, you know, get rid of them. Oh, wait, I should show you guys this place. If I'm not wrong, you'll end up here one day, somehow. It's just for your info. So, I just like how you'll end up in the routes that you've taken in the day. It's very interesting. Got one rune here and an ancient note. I'm sorry that we'll be here for the next meeting or ever again for that matter. What happened here was unnatural and makes me sick to recall. I left the result of our labors here for you to keep, but I expect that the rats will consume it before you return. Goodbye. Okay. Here's the second one. So we've got all of them. What is that thing? Oh, it's food. Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna make a quick run all the way back up. We're gonna get our loot, and then I'll put off reporting back to Pendleton. Oh, hello.
You went down there in the sewers?
Yeah.
I thought I heard a weeper in there earlier.
Yeah.
Probably the bravest man I've ever met.
Ooh,
Overseer
thanks.
Martin has arrived.
Oh.
He's with Admiral Havelock now. They want to talk to you.
Not yet. I'm not interested in them.
Dust
can I talk
here,
to you?
Dust there. Feels like the whole world is dusty.
Okay. In a minute. Oh, it's quite far up. So, I guess it's good for practicing where you wanna get your stuff. Oh, it's one more level up. What? It's my room. I didn't notice that. What do we have here? Oh, mystical rat artifact. Oh my! I don't think I've seen that before. What does that do? Oh, I have 10 slots. I forgot about that. I could do something about here too. Food heals you more. Potion gives you full mana. Right rats, definitely. Drop assassination. River affinity. Swing speed increased. Breaking glass sound, definitely. Good lungs, nah. Gutter fist. Red, oh my god. Fire water. Oh, that's about it. Well then. How about a mana then? Oh, that's good. We have all 10 slots. That's a good way to start. Wait. I saw something else. There was something green around here. There. Where the hell is that? You see, this is what happens when you try to play stealth, and then you realize it's not really that easy. Oh.
You're lucky I keep you on.
Lucky? This place would fall apart in 10 minutes without me.
Oh.
Is that so?
In any case, you can't dismiss me. I went through the books this morning and found 5 mistakes you've made.
Oh my god.
Very well.
You're lucky I found them before the Admiral did.
They're threatening each other. Hi, Lydia.
It's a nice old pub. These beds have seen quite a bit of use, I can tell you.
Okay. What about you?
My master had a very fitful night. No one sleeps well here.
Gosh. That's kind of all right.
When they come to get me, they'll be surprised. I held a sword before, believe it or not.
Oh, I think it's because he saw me with my dagger out.
Please pardon the untidiness of the room. I will tend to it shortly.
Whatever. I guess it's everywhere I've been to. I know there's another blue, another green somewhere. I thought I saw it. Okay, I will definitely leave it here. We'll move on to the next episode another time. To see what happens. What happens when Overseer Martin is here. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.